So good afternoon, everybody. I would like to welcome our residents from Ukraine, members of the Ukrainian Cultural Center of New England, State Representative Lipper-Garabedian, and our city staff and residents who are here with us today. Before I begin my remarks about Ukraine, I just want to preface that by saying we here in Melrose recognize that things that happen out in the world have an impact on our residents at home, and I just want to take a minute to keep in our thoughts and remember the folks from Turkey and Syria who over the last couple of weeks have really suffered devastating impacts from a series of earthquakes, and many of our Melrose residents have connection to those communities, so let's keep them in our thoughts as we think about Ukraine as well today. So as you all know, on February 24th, 2022, Russian forces launched an unprovoked attack on Ukraine. And we are here today to commemorate the one-year anniversary of this initial attack and to continue to support our residents from Ukraine and their families during this period of ongoing crisis. And I'd like to extend my gratitude to Ina Boyko, who made this flag that we're about to raise last year and donated to our city. She is joined today by her husband, Andrade, and other residents from Ukraine, including Alona Padali and Phil Kokora. The City of Melrose is proud to continue to stand in solidarity with our residents from Ukraine, the people of Ukraine, and the UCCN. And last year, you will recall, with the support of our residents, local businesses, and nonprofits, we were able to collect many boxes of supplies, of medical supplies for Ukrainians in need. And together with UCCN, we also hosted a community presentation to help raise awareness of Ukrainian history, culture, and the war right here at City Hall. And just a few months ago, we worked together to bring our community an exhibit to help folks understand the history and realities of the Ukrainian Holodomor genocide. We are eager to find new ways to continue to help those who need our support as they continue to face the challenges of war every day. And we know, and we want all our residents to know that the city is here to support them throughout this hardship and any others as they might arise. Please, I urge you, do not hesitate to ask for help. We will, as we have in the past, will answer that call and will continue to stand with your countrymen and those of you in the community. With that, I would like to invite up Rep. Lipper-Garabedian to say a few words as well.
Thank you, Mayor Broder. Nice to be with you all today. I'm Kate Lipper-Garabedian, the state representative for Melrose, and I'm so proud to be part of a community that steps forward to recognize that threats to democracy anywhere are threats to democracy here as well. We are here today to commemorate the one-year anniversary of Russia's unjustified attack and invasion of a sovereign nation, Ukraine. And we are here to reaffirm our ongoing resolve and support for the Ukrainian people, its government, and its right to exist. The invasion 1 year ago has resulted in terrible devastation, destruction, and death. We have seen that over the last 12 months. We also have seen such amazing stories of individual heroism. I think, for example, of a 7th grade teacher who put down her classroom supplies and said goodbye to her students and took up arms. She had never held a gun, but she enlisted in the Ukrainian army. And recently I read about her 12-month experience of stepping forward and taking that call to defend her nation, going into areas of conflict near the front lines. It's a remarkable story and one of thousands. It was particularly resonating with me because, as many of you know, I'm a former 7th grade teacher. And so I imagine, what if I had been put in that sort of situation in my early career? Would I have made that same choice? And it's stories like hers that are so inspirational to us and that call us to stand forward to support the Ukrainian people. Russia's attack also was more than just an attack on a single nation. It certainly has set off the largest military exercise that we've seen in Europe since World War II. But we also know that it stands for and is a symbol of an unwillingness to recognize the right that people have across our world to self-governance. So it is not only in Ukraine that we step forward. There are unfortunately other man-made crises around the world, whether that's in Arkansas in Armenia or in many countries in Central and West Africa. We must stand forward and recognize everyone's right to democracy. So I want to thank everyone for being here today, and to the mayor and his team for organizing this event, for the UCC New England for being here with us. I'm proud to be part of a community that has stepped forward with the drives that we've talked about, to be a member of the legislature that has dedicated $10 million over the last year to helping with the resettlement of Ukrainian refugees here to the Commonwealth, and to be part of a nation that has sent more than $13 billion to Ukraine to date to support its efforts and its right to exist. I will now like to turn it back over to the mayor.
Thank you very much, Kate. And I don't know, who is it from the community that is? Andrea, if you'd like to step forward and say a few words as well.
Yeah, I would just say, sorry. Thank you, Mayor Border. Thank you, State Representative. Thank you, Melrosian residents. And I would say thank my gratitude to American government, to American people, to all people around the world who support Ukraine. With Ukrainian victory, freedom and democracy will be defended against tyranny, definitely. Thank you all.
Before we raise the flag, you mentioned something that, unfortunately, what we're seeing from our national leadership is not a unified message of support. Our delegation has been very good, but I find it striking and kind of a sign of the times, not in a good way, that the American people really, or the American government, I should say, is not speaking with one voice about what's going on in Ukraine, and that, quite simply, is wrong and it needs to change. But today is not exactly a good day, but it's an important day, and I'm grateful that you can all be here with us to raise the flag and wish for a peaceful and just resolution to the war against the Ukrainian people. Thank you, sir. Thank you all for coming. All right. Here's hoping we don't have